Hi, welcome back to Exam Paddy. Today we'll be solving an external question on Surds. This is the kind of question you come across in external exams like WASSCE, GCE, NECO, and so on and so forth. Let's dive into the question. The question says, find the value of x if root 2 over x plus root 2 equals 1 over x minus root 2. Root 2 over x plus root 2 equals 1 over x minus root 2. Find x. Now, the first step we need to take here is to cross multiply. That's the best way to start solving this question because we are having an equal sign in between the two entities. So we cross multiply. After cross multiplying, we have root 2 open bracket x minus root 2 close bracket equals 1 open bracket x plus root 2 close bracket. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to open the bracket on both sides of the equation. So we have root 2 times x, that would give us x root 2 minus root 2 times root 2. That would automatically give us 2 times 2 equals 1 times x, that would give us x. 1 times root 2, that would give us root 2. So we need to solve further. So we have x root 2 minus, automatically root 2 times 2, that would give us root 4. And the square root of 4 would give us 2. And this equals x plus root 2. So at this stage, we need to collect like terms. And all we need to do is x root 2 minus x equals root 2 plus 2. That is, taking x from the right hand side, which is positive x, to cross the equality sign to the left hand side. That will become minus x. Taking minus 2 from the left hand side to cross the equality sign, it becomes plus 2. That way, we have been able to what? Collect like terms. Now, how do we solve for that? Because when solving sorts, you have to technically analyze your question. The next step is to factorize the left hand side. And how do we factorize it? Why are we factorizing it? That's the question. We are factorizing because x is common to these two entities. X is common here. X is also common here. These are rational numbers. What about this? This is an irrational number having an unknown, a variable which is x. So we need to factorize the left hand side. So we have x open bracket root 2 minus 1 close bracket. And that equals root 2 plus 2. Now what's the next thing to do? We divide both sides by root 2 minus 1. The only thing we are trying to achieve is we are trying to achieve a rational number. And when we have a rational number, we'll be able to rationalize. So we divide both sides by root 2 minus 1. Divide this also by root 2 minus 1. This will cancel this. So we are left with x equals root 2 plus 2 over root 2 minus 1. So can you see, we now have a rational number. That way we can rationalize. So the next step for us to take is to rationalize. And how do we rationalize? Let's find out. So we can have this to be x equals to root 2 plus 2 over root 2 minus 1. Remember the rule of rationalization. The rule of rationalization states that you have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. Also, you need to change the sign. I'll state that again. The rules of rationalization states that you need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the denominator, and you need to change the sign. So we are multiplying this by root 2. Instead of writing minus, we have plus 1 over root 2 plus 1. With this process, we've performed rationalization. Now let's multiply numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. Or you can as well put them in brackets to not get you confused. So I can put this in brackets, put this in brackets, this in brackets, and this in brackets. So let's solve for that. Root 2 times root 2, that would give us 2. Because root 2 times root 2 would give you root 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Root 2 times 1, that will be plus root 2. Also, take note of the signs. The reason why I'm not calling the positive sign is because positive sign is always invisible. You don't need to call it. It remains positive. 2 times root 2, we have plus 2 root 2. And we have plus 2 times plus 1. We have plus 2 over, remember we are still solving for x, root 2 times root 2, that's for the denominator now, that would give us 2, root 2 times plus 1, that would give us plus root 2. I don't need to say 1 root 2 because 1 times root 2 is still going to give you root 2. Minus 1 times root 2, that would give us minus root 2. Minus 1 times plus 1. Minus times plus, that would give us minus. 1 times 1 will give us 1. So we have x equals, look at the denominator. There are something in common. We have 2 and 2 here. We have root 2 plus 2 root 2. So 2 plus 2, that would give us 4. Plus, remember the rule of Surds that states that when you have root a plus root a, this can be written as 1 root a plus 1 root a, which will equals to 1 plus 1 will give us what? 2 root a. The same thing is what we are going to apply here. This root 2 here is having a coefficient of 1, an invisible 1. I don't need to write the 1 because 1 times root 2 is still going to give you root 2. So 1 plus 2, that would give us 3 root 2 over. Let's now go to the denominator. 2 plus root 2 minus root 2 minus 1. Automatically, root 2 minus root 2 here cancel out each other because they are going to be giving you 0. So this cancels this. And take note, when rationalizing, if your denominator is not having two opposite roots, then you are taking the wrong step and you are doing the wrong thing. So here we have 2 minus 1. X equals 4 plus 3 root 2 over 2 minus 1 would give us 1. 4 plus 3 root 2 divided by 1 will automatically give us 4 plus 3 root 2. So the value of x is 4 plus 3 root 2. And we can as well rewrite it as 3 root 2 plus 4. Whichever way you write it is correct. So that is a wrap on how to solve question on Surds. See you in our next video. Bye.